Hello, everybody. I'm Paul Beckwith of the Climate Emergency Forum, and this is filmed live from COP29 in Baku, Azerbaijan. And I've got the pleasure to have Alex Carlin, the famous Alex Carlin, with me. And a little bit about Alex. I highly recommend you Google Alex Carlin, check out some of the stuff that he's done. In a nutshell, he's an American rock musician and songwriter, best known as a member of seminal California bands from the day, the Rubinoos and the Psychotic Pineapple, but he's as well as his solo career. In 2009, he surpassed a Guinness World Record in Radomsko, Poland, playing the longest solo concert, 32 hours. So this guy has stamina. And he's really been interested in climate change. He's been to the last 11 COPs in a row. And he communicates to a lot of people through his music, and his passions in climate are OPR, Ocean Pasture Restoration, among other methods to pull carbon dioxide out of the atmosphere. So, Alex, do you want to tell me what you're up to here at the COP?
Absolutely. Africa will be the leader. It's the latest thing. I've been spending time in Africa, Ghana, Togo, Cote d'Ivoire, Benin, and we've been building this movement because Africa has realized that when you mention OPR, you're right. It's restoring the plankton, in a word, because people in Africa are facing, soon it's going to be too hot to work outside, too hot for farms to produce food properly, and it's already happening. But the thing that people aren't talking about is nothing to do with heat. It's the acid in the ocean that is such a quick thing that's going to happen, where there won't be any fish. Actually, it'll just be a smelly soup of bacteria and things if we let the acid do what it's doing. By a miracle, by some incredible coincidence, the same solution for the heat, which is plankton, bringing plankton back to a natural, normal population, gives so much photosynthesis that by 2050 we'll be back to a normal global warming situation. It's that powerful and that deep and that realistic. And the thing that's so amazing is when the plankton are back to that level, the acid will not be nearly as much of the problem. You might even say solve the problem, because they actually get in the way of that acid molecule being created by H2O plus CO2 creates carbonic acid. But the presence of plankton is a strong force, and it's way stronger. It doesn't happen, and it really is. It works. So
well, you're gonna like this conference, because I've noticed a big shift at these conferences where there's a lot more talks on CDR, carbon dioxide removal, OCDR, and then also on SRM, solar radiation management. People are getting worried. They think emissions reductions aren't just going to be quick enough or enough.
Well, you're mentioning something that should be happening, sort of the old paradigm going away and the new paradigm taking its place, but we need to push that, because it's still, when you walk in, the mantra is still, emissions reduction. It's essentially saying, hey, if we just get rid of those cars and oil companies, we'll be fine, which could be something you might say logically about 45 years ago, when there wasn't so much CO2 in the atmosphere. But now there's so much. Even if you had a magic wand and you had no cars and no oil companies, boom, you would have essentially the exact same problem that we'd be facing. It wouldn't be any easier. It would be no solution at all.
I mean, we walk around the COP and we see 1.5 Celsius everywhere. We're already past that. What do you think about that?
No, it's just a matter of you do the best you can do, which is plankton. There's nothing that comes close to restoring the populations and the health of the oceans and the plankton.
Now, you've got your guitar there. I have a hunch that you've written a bunch of songs on this sort of stuff. You want to...
It's a campaign, the Africa Climate Ban campaign, which is based in French West Africa right now, Ghana, Benin, Togo, and Cote d'Ivoire, Abidjan. There's a band there that we put together so I'll tell you that story at some point, but we played together. We played concerts in all those countries, and because we figured this. The African Union knows about plankton restoration, but it's moving kind of slowly like everything. The way to make it fast is the hit song. I happen to have written a hit song. It's like, we are the world, we are the children, but it's 40 years later, and everybody, it's a catchy song, so we're going to get African stars. Like 40 years ago, you had Stevie Wonder and Michael Jackson. Now we're going to have African stars like Baba Mal and, Alpha Blondie. We're going to have these African stars, each singing cameo lines of the song I'm about to play you. We're going to film it in Ghana. We have all these great people in Ghana right now. Like we have this guy called Martin Luther King, Otto, who's pushing it really hard, and King Nee. We have really good, strong support from the tribes of Ghana. We're getting a lot of ground level and government, including Cote d'Ivoire. But we need the song. So the idea is this, not just a song, but a song that's filmed, videoed, put all over Africa on the media, and have it be a viral hit, like an actual popular thing that everybody knows. Then the tour of all the African countries where we could play big places because there's all these stars and it's a famous song. And we play stadiums and have big press conferences and demanding plankton power, demanding restoring the plankton, because otherwise we're going to have hell on earth and no future, right? So it's the only thing on the table that does it, in my opinion. And I challenge, in a friendly way, someone just tell me, oh, Alex, plankton's great, but here's another thing that does that brings, by 2050, a good climate, a good global warming level, and deals with ocean acidification. Tell me another thing that does that, and nobody can, right? If they can, I'm happy,
Yeah.
So, but the song is the thing that's going to make it happen faster. It's going to push things faster when it's a hit song and everybody's 800 million Africans demanding it in the streets. It's like, so by the way, we're trying to raise $100,000 to do that filming, and we'll talk about that later. But here we go. You ready?
Yeah.
It's
Go
kind of a
for it.
reggae thing. I wrote it when I was really watching this movie called The Harder They Come with Jimmy Cliff, listening to Bob Marley. I was getting in the reggae groove. Africa will be the leader. Africa will be the leader. Africa will be the leader in the climate solution today. Yeah, there's a climate solution today, and Africa's leading the way. No more waiting for action from anywhere, 'cause Africa has the action plan. Indigenous knowledge powers local solutions. You can join us, yes, of course you can. 'Cause Africa will be the leader. Africa will be the leader. Africa will be the leader in the climate solution today. Plankton power. Plankton blooms bring down the CO2. They create white clouds to cool the planet too. And they stop ocean acidification. And this will be done from many African nations. Yeah! 'Cause Africa will be the leader. Africa will be the leader. Africa will be the leader in the climate solution today. Restoration of the plankton is the key. First it's bringing back the fish, right? And then the greenhouse gases become much less 'cause of the rising photosynthesis. 'Cause Africa will be the leader. Africa will be the leader, yeah. Africa will be the leader in the climate solution today. Yeah, there's a climate solution today, and Africa's leading the way. That's right. Ghana is leading, Benin is leading, Togo is leading, Azerbaijan is leading the way. You too, all right. Now, I have to tell you, when I wrote that song, I was in the African Pavilion in Egypt 2 years ago at the COP. And I just made it up because I was looking at guys from Togo and my friends from Benin, and we were saying Togo will be the leader, but it became Africa will be the leader. And then I would stop playing, and they kept singing. So I knew it was a hit at that point. It's like, we are the world, we are the children.
Well, I don't know what to say. I mean, that was pretty phenomenal. And I mean, we need to use all venues of arts, whatever song, poems, stories, art, paintings.
But there has to be
everything.
something to fight for, like an actual thing that goes A to B to C, good outcome.
Right.
Has to have a good outcome, right? Do the math. I'm sorry, you got to do the math. That's all I can say. And it's
Well, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much, Alex. And thank you to all the viewers out there. Thanks for tuning in to Climate Emergency Forum. And I just want to put a plug out and thank the International Society for Ecological Economics for providing the passes to come to the COP here. So thanks again, and bye for now.
Thank you.